Hello there, welcome to Plus Talk on Plus Life, where we're all about turning positive into a plus. Our friend Greg Louganis is here. Hi, Greg.
Hi.
It's nice to have you here in the Plus Life studio.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
We want to talk about World AIDS Day. I've got a lot of questions for you, so let's dive straight in. What does World AIDS Day mean to you, Greg Louganis?
Oh gosh, what does world? It's transformed in so many ways for me. The meaning of it, just recognizing the people that we've lost, and also giving hope to those who are HIV positive or seroconvert. That there is life. And it's funny because we were talking about that when I was first diagnosed in '88, 6 months prior to the Olympic Games. I didn't think I would see 30. And then 30 came and went, and then 40 came and was going. I was planning to go out. I mean, I was not planning on being here.
How old were you when you found out?
I was 28.
28?
When I was diagnosed.
How do you process that somebody says, you're not going to make it to 30?
I was fine with it. I was fine. Because I accomplished a lot of things, so it was like, okay, it's okay. I'd be totally fine with that, but, as time went on, it's like, okay, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. It's like, now what do I need? Now what do I want to do?
How do you figure out how to live?
That's been, a bit of a struggle. It's like, well, what is my purpose? What else do I need to accomplish? Because I've climbed so many mountains.
You really have.
I really have.
Literally.
Even after the diagnosis and all that stuff, I did Jeffrey in New York for 6 months, and then I did a one-man show, which was like a huge mountain for me to climb. So I accomplished all these things, done musical theater, done all kinds of things. And it's like, well, now what do I want to do? The whole acting thing, it's, I loved it. Do I have that passion, to, continue on? I feel prepared for whatever anybody wants to throw my way, but, it's not the passion that I see in a lot of kids, that's what they live for,
We talk about remembrance and celebration. Why do you think in this day and age we still need to be talking about HIV and AIDS?
Well, for one, it's a part of our history. Some of us are still living it. For me, like I was saying, it's like, well, what is my purpose? How can I be in service? And what does that look like? What does that feel like? And I'm not sure. There's a huge uncertainty.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Which is why I guess it is important that this is something. And also, let's be real, it hasn't gone away.
It hasn't gone away.
How do you think we keep the energy and the momentum and the conversation still relevant?
Prevention, education. I think, there's, a lot of parts of the world that, still need to learn. And so, it really is important, because we did. We lost so many people, so much talent, some incredibly talented people. And, honor their memory, but understand where, we came from. And also, a lot of us are getting older, and that is that's a whole new set of problems.
Do you think that our system here in the United States is ready for that set of problems, those unique problems?
It's interesting because, you look at other cultures, and they really revere their elders. And to see, how that happens, the stories that are passed down generation after generation, things that we learned, better ways of living. We really, other cultures celebrate their elders. In our society, we don't. It's like, oh, you're over the hill, you're this,
You're in
that.
the way, you're a nuisance.
Right.
On a World AIDS Day, we celebrate and we remember. It's a call to action. But for you personally, what do you want to see more of when it comes to ending HIV and AIDS?
When you work from the outside in, that judgment transforms into forgiveness. And then all that's left at the center is love.
Well, you said in the past, in order to navigate the stresses of daily life, you have to find your rhythm. And I like that. When did you find your rhythm when it came to living with HIV?
Initially, I would have to say, it was denial, right? Oh, it's fine. I take my meds in the morning, take my meds in the evening, go about the business of living. It really is not burying your head in the sand. Seeing it for what it is, but not giving it more importance than it deserves.
What advice would you give someone who's perhaps living in the closet with an HIV diagnosis, feeling very alone? Life is over. Oh, look at them, fine for them. He's famous, Greg Louganis. His, TV guy, Karl Schmid. It's easy for them. Privilege. But there are a lot of people out there who feel very alone and very lost.
There's all kinds of groups everywhere. Whether you're dealing with recovery, going to the rooms of AA. I got sober in the rooms of AA. And that's a part of your story that you share because you let go of all of these things that we may feel shame or guilt over. The one thing that I take issue with is don't take up residency. Mm-hmm. I don't go to AA meetings so much anymore because I was finding that I was taking up residency and feeling sorry for myself.
How do you empower or encourage those who are not as fortunate as us?
Lead by example. I mean, that's how I learn. I mean, I don't really learn a whole lot through books. I'm not much of a reader, but I'm an incredible observer. So I try to, be consistent and congruent with what I say and what I do.
You're being honored this year on World AIDS Day at the National Memorial Grove in San Francisco in Golden Gate Park. To know that your name is going to be etched in amongst all those other names, and it's there. It's a lasting legacy forever. Yeah. What goes through your mind when you're told that?
It's an incredible honor to have that. It's not necessary for my existence, but it is. It's an incredibly sweet gesture. And also to be a part of that, a part of that group, a part of that legacy is tremendous honor, and that it's going to be set in stone.
We're thrilled that you're being honored at this year's World AIDS Day at the National AIDS Memorial Grove in San Francisco, and that your name will be part of that really, really special place. That I encourage everyone to go to. It's just such a magical place. If you're in San Francisco, get down to Golden Gate Park and experience it because it really is something special.
Yeah.
Greg Louganis, thanks for sitting on the Plus Life sofa. That is going to do it for this episode of Plus Talk. A real special thanks to my guest, Greg Louganis, for joining me here. And remember, you can follow us across social media platforms. We are at Plus Life Media, and you can also check out the website, pluslifemedia.com. Until next time, we say, be nice to one another. Find a little self-love, right?
Yeah.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.